Now, I've been overindulgent the last couple of days because I'm coming to an end of my experiment. I've realised now that everything outside of self, 100%, is bad for us. Whether it be herbal, whether it be chemical, whether it be drink, food, any sort of anything that we consume that is from this world, earth, whatever it is, this dead dimension, this lower dimension. To bring forth life is to bring life into the fourth dimension. It's simple. We have to read our text correctly. Everyone talks about reading this, reading that, but they're reading everything from darkness. I've read so much stuff in the 6 years I was growing in self, learning in self, and I realised that all of the stuff I read is nonsense. It may help benefit self to heal self in that present time, but in general, we are still not healing the curse of death. And for as long as we die, we repeat, so all knowledge is irrelevant, nonsense. Knowledge itself is a drug because people get high on it. People make themselves feel like they have accomplished more because they know a little bit here and a little bit there. But the reality is you still know nothing. We all still know nothing. We still are learning, growing, becoming better. I'm finally at the starting line, as in I'm learning to grow to a natural self because I'm no longer using anything from outside of self that isn't natural, that is from darkness, that is from death. So this is what it is. Unfortunately, too many people are sick with so many normal illnesses that they've caught from today's society and that they've caught from their family's heritage, hereditary stuff, which they've caught from before. So it's safe to say that we are sick from generation. So we have to cure that sickness first by doing what we do with what we have around us. The best form is, I suppose, herbal medicine, but again, it's not our natural. We shouldn't be eating. It's simple. From my whole evaluation of the experimenting on self, I've realised eating messes us up, makes us slow, makes us forget stuff, makes us able to get brainwashed by whatever is controlling us from within. Remember, we have parasites, we have pineal gland, we have so much things within us that are keeping us in a state where our soul is trapped and we cannot release the soul. This is why we have to do things that society doesn't teach us nor show us what to do. It all stems from within. Anything outside of self is part of the illusion, the deception that's keeping us trapped in the prison of self. It is really that simple, and everyone else is trying to push forth their agenda to sell what they want to sell as a business to make money. But again, a business is a serpent-like energy. I'm not saying don't make money because you need to make money to survive, but then I'm saying at the same time, do not push it as though it is the everything to everything. Unfortunately, people do not know the knowledge. The knowledge that I know, I only know two people that know it. One of them is in Thailand and one of them is in London. As simple as that. Everybody else is trying to deceive all of you, to try to get money with all of you, to live their life because they are doing what I don't understand. Again, they're sharing knowledge from society that is being taken over by demons, by darkness, by the dead. Now, I'm not here to attack, nor destroy, nor go for other species. I'm here to merely say, hand over the power back to who it's rightfully it is for, so the balance can be returned, so that we can all return to doing what we need to do, so we can no longer have this curse of death and keep dying and repeating. So imagine everything that you've learned, all the knowledge, you die in the end. Then you have to repeat again with nothing, with remembering nothing, no recollection of anything of any sort. So what is the point? Feeding to this dumb behaviour. So I have concluded now that we should never ever eat, we should never ever drink, we should never ever do this in order to heal self. But again, we have to be gentle with self because it's been thousands of years worth of programming us, changing us in order for us to become this state. So we must take our time. I'm learning and sharing at the same time. So as I grow, everything else, the knowledge will grow, and then you guys can help achieve whatever you need to achieve. But for as long as you keep thinking the oppressor is going to give you the cure, then you're fooling yourself and fooling others, and in return, putting more darkness, karma, bad energy on yourself. Things have been broken down. Every being is a hybrid, is a dark being from death. And until we break free and open up the heart and the soul, we are messed up. Again, given many don't have souls or hearts, but again, like I said, I'm not here for you lot. Hand over the power to its rightful people. We're living. We're living need to take back the power from the dead. Simple as that. You guys are probably watching thinking, what? You didn't even eat much. If you were to add it all up together, that is one portion of what you guys eat. So for you lot, it may not seem like it's a lot, but for me it is a lot, because my body's conditioned differently. I've been conditioning it over years now for it to become this form, not understanding that I was curing death. But now I understand I'm not going to stop. I'm too far into it. It doesn't make sense for me to stop. This is why I've been given free will, so that I can break the trends of the outside, of the illusion, of the deception. So if I'm going against what is natural to me, how does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. And this is why I keep going. I'm getting better from the older self. I cannot be compared to anyone from outside the self, from the illusion, from the deception. So you can't compare me to 1, 2, 3, 4, because they're not me. They can't be me. They will never be me. But they can be them and be better than themselves. My goal is to be better than my old self. So you can compare me to my old self and see how I've grown from there. But you can't do anything from anything else. Another cold day. But it's simple. We do not use our free will correctly. We do not practice it because we still push forth agendas without understanding. Now, everything that we have been given within self is to question everything outside of self. But how many people truly question their lives, truly question who they are, truly question what they do, what others do? No one. So then it proves that we are still under a deception, under the illusion of thinking that we use free will, but in fact we do not use our free will. I do, obviously, because I'm doing this that no one does. So it's simple. And if other people do it, they have been learning it from the deception. They feed themselves air, oxygen, which is liquid darkness again. So it's safe to say everything needs to be reevaluated. It's safe to say everything needs to be restudied. It's safe to say you've got to stop listening to anyone outside of self and start tapping into your free will by questioning everything, because that was given to us in order for us to question the reality of things. But we are still living ruled by the dead. So then where is your free will? You haven't got it. Simple. Milky. So I'm just having milk on its own, no more chocolate. So this is what it is. Only eat, drink to keep the body alive. Do not overindulge. Because I've overindulged, my memory's not working. Like, I'd say something that I want to say, I'd think in my mind, and then when I want to say it out loud, I've forgotten what I wanted to say. Why? Because food makes us high. It clouds our judgment, messes us up, makes us forget. So much stuff about self is messed up because we overindulge, and we think we do not overindulge. We think because society says it deems it okay. Nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense. Everything that is being demonized is in fact good kind of thing. They've tried to keep us away from our natural selves by demonizing it. So this is what it is, people. And it's up to the individual to accept the truth. And this is why it's a growth thing in self. You have to teach self, because no matter what someone can show you, until you have your free will back in power of yourself, and your free will gets robbed of you because your memory gets robbed of you, so then it doesn't make sense. Why? Because you overindulge. Me overindulging in food has messed me up. It's really that simple. And then the next days to come, I was the clearest when I was on my fast. I saw everything, but again, the body decays, it rots, but the heart doesn't, the energy within doesn't. The energy within keeps you growing, and this is what we need to tap into. This is what gets achieved by us breaking free from the shackles that society has bestowed upon us. It is that simple. The thing is, if we took time out to understand the body, then we'd start to understand a lot of questions that we ask self, or that we've suppressed from asking self as we grew up, grew into society, grew into the brainwashing. So it's safe to say that there's little that we have control over within ourselves as who we are individually. This is why it's good to take time out and get to know self. I understand this is annoying, it's kind of like, just don't come here bursting our bubble kind of behaviour, but I haven't. Well, I have, but at the same time, I'm offering something in return, showing you guys, leading by what I'm doing as an example. This is how I am with myself. I might come off a little bit like I'm arrogant or know-it-all or stuck up, but that's not the case. This is how I treat myself. I'm raw with self, and this is probably why I've got so much discipline with self to be able to do what I'm doing and maneuver the way I'm maneuvering and keep going regardless, like whatever gets thrown my way. Today I've been feeling all hungover, yesterday and today, and it's frustrating, it's making me like agitated, and this is what it is when it comes to food.